Hello, 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 my loves. So, you guys know me. I love to post information that I find interesting. I love to make my own quotes. I also repost quotes. So, one of the quotes I posted seems to be getting a lot of flack this morning. The one about if you don't have a skill set, if you didn't do this or whatever, then you was never a lack of discipline or motivation. It was you had like whatever the quote said. It's not my original quote, but I agree with the quote. Here's why I agree with the quote. There are mothers and fathers and families together, single unit, not who were struggling before COVID. Before any of this ever happened, they were struggling. And they were living this life that we're now all forced to live and get to reflect on. So, anytime I have anyone come back and start saying things like, well, we don't have the privilege to really be positive, we don't have the privilege to worry about having a side hustle, that is the point. We never made time to have the privilege to pay attention that we're privileged to sit on our cell phones and to have a comment or a rebuttal about anything that's helping trigger emotions in you that should be triggered, which are we should be building for ourselves. We should have side hustles that we have done prior to the economy shutting down and then we're forced to be under someone else's reign. We should have understanding that there are people out there who have to live this life every day trying to figure out how to make money, how to live, how to function, how to be productive, how to be qualified enough to get to the next level to not be struggling. Here's what I will accept. I will accept people who understand that they see that they have a busy life that's been created around them, but it's also a busy life that they created for themselves that they didn't make time for themselves. Okay? What I won't accept are people who want to make excuses for not knowing how to tap into their emotionality of understanding. Not being productive while you're sad makes you more sad. It makes you more non productive. You're not going to get anything done knowing that you're struggling and going through all of this trying to figure it out. If you know what I mean, like we get it. At the end of the day, get it. I've been homeless 4 times and I've had to work my way back up to the top. And luckily for me, and let's get this straight, this is prior to having degrees or anything else. I was working serving jobs and everything else. When I was homeless, I found grants and things online and I went to the public library and I found ways to educate myself. And then what I did with that education is I found a program, the WIA program that many places have, and I went to the schools and did all the footwork and studied what I wanted to do and became a CNA. And when I became a CNA, I worked my butt off to move up into working into nursing. And when I went from nursing, I went to research. And it's about the motivation of knowing what you can give back. What can you do for yourself? Not what is happening to you. That's the problem now. We're so focused on what's happening to us that we're not doing nothing. We're not doing anything with ourselves except talking about what's happening to us, not thinking about the fact that this happens all around the world to people every day who don't have a voice to rant about it online. That's where my passions lie. So I want people to remember I'm not one to try to argue with people. I'm not doing that. But I want you to understand my passion of understanding. I'm putting this positivity out here because there's so much negativity. There's nothing that we can do with this negativity. Nothing. So instead, we as creators, grand designers, quantum thinkers, we can sit now and figure out what the next level of step is. If you're sad, depressed, write about it. Talk about it. Reach out to people. I'm pretty sure there's someone like you who feels the same way. Start a group. Start people that you can talk to and help and build with. Because at the end of the day, this is all about building community and building understanding of self. If we're waiting again another round for people to save us, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be left in another situation of feeling like you're down and out and can't get through. At the end of the day, I'm gonna go there. During the Holocaust, what did Anne Frank do? That was her whole story. Blind, deaf, all this. No, that was another one. That was I forgot the ones. But you trying to see what I'm saying? Anne Frank was up in the attic, people trying to murder her, and she had time to write memoirs and books and stuff. The point is that use this pain, use this discomfort, use this unavailability to resources to figure out what next? What now? Because you know what I'm sick of? I'm sick of people trying to find excuses to find other ways to not work on themselves. Work on you, boo, so then you don't have to feel stuck. No one likes feeling stuck. No one likes feeling like they don't know. No one likes feeling like they're not heard. So instead of, again, I tell people this again, I'm not going to ever sit and argue or try to have a rebuttal with someone on these comments that I post or these quotes that I post, but I want you to understand there's a passion and a love behind this that I'm putting into it, not just for the sake of followers. I don't care about followers. I care about planting seeds of hope and inspiration and understanding that we as individuals can build our communities back up, but we have to start with ourselves. We are individual cells that make a tissue, that make an organ, that make the system. And if one of us have no integrity or the moment to hold on to self, to know that in these moments, it sucks. It's hard. But this is not the time to bend over and let go and say, fuck it. Take it. Take it raw. You done screwed me over already. This is not the time to do that. And if anybody out there who is a healer, a preacher, a speaker, a believer, it's time for you to speak up even more so, because this is what happens to our collective. We fall into the trenches of the dark sadness that we feel we can never swim out of, when really, honey, you have to still have light and darkness. You still have to have something in there to help the rest see when they can't see. So focus again on what these things I'm posting really mean. What does it mean to have a new skill set? Okay, if your entire life you've been a server and you realize that, you know what, you have some pretty good bar skills. Okay, while you're sad or something on online, going through quotes and having time to make comments, go read up on some new tips and some bartending tricks. And then when you go back into the service industry, hey, now you're a qualified, possibly bartender who could do this. I'm just saying, if you have the technology and the access to these things, don't complain. That's called privilege. If you never had it and you're struggling more, those are the people that I care about. Those are the ones that we need to build systems for. Those are the ones that we need to build something for, so that they don't keep suffering, so that our economy doesn't keep suffering, and our mentality and emotional intelligence doesn't keep suffering. Find ways to be productive more than ever right now. I don't care about how you feel, what you think you felt, what you went through. Now is the time. Now is the time. I have collectively 5 projects I'm working on right now that might not ever be seen, but that's okay. I don't need them to be seen. I need to know that I'm putting in the work to help continually heal myself. This is what this is about. This is this whole law of duality that we've been waking up to. It's nice to live in that diluted light of what people are doing for us, but when you got to do it for yourself, you feel the weight. That's the whole point of consumerism and convenience, because we don't want to feel the weight of doing the work. The work has to be done. The work needs to be done, and today is the day to start that work. So, with that said, anyone who does not take the time to even read through and articulate what something means is not doing enough work either. You have to apply yourself so that you know that you are ready to do the job. There's a lot of qualified people who ain't ready. And I'm going to tell you this right now. Do not come to my door, to my steps, talking about you ready and you ain't do none of the work. Qualifications don't matter no more. Do the work now so that you don't have to drown in sadness and misery and confusion waiting for someone to fix you. Because that's never going to work, love. That is never going to work. Even if you went to the best help in the world, the work has to be done within first. All right? I know this is harsh and it has to be that way, but we have too much pacification right now of, ew, you know, we gonna get through this. Yes, we gonna get through this, but also look at history and look at what we've been through and how many times have we done this. I'm one of those people, I'm tired of talking about what we've been through and what we did and all this. Start building on self. Start integrating new skills. Start building on how to teach. Start thinking about how to give back. And that will start unfolding systems that we see, oh, this can work better this way if I apply it this way and apply myself. No more of this just sitting around and wait to function. Function to apply so that you understand your purpose and you find your passion in life. All right, loves. I love you. I wish you the best again. I want you to take this as where you want to take it. And you have the best day that you deserve.